essentially what we do is we provide project controls. And what project controls is, for those uninitiated, are bringing together the key functions of time management or planning, cost management, risk management, and then wrapping that all into analytics and reporting. And this is particularly relevant when it comes to an area like Western Sydney, when you've got a whole lot of moving parts. You've got complex projects, you've got smaller community projects. You've got to be able to understand what those different interfaces are, is for us a key element to helping you understand how your project has been running. And that comes under the time and planning aspect of controls. So a master program would include your big, large infrastructure projects like Western Sydney Metro, Western Sydney Airport. And then you might also have, how things like utilities interface, what the roads are doing over there, how that's all coming together. There might also be housing and residential that needs to go in. So what that does is it outlines how all of those projects are progressing through the different phases of their life cycle, right through from initiation through to final delivery and handover. And that includes everything from like the planning phase, so EIS is what you need to do for environmental approvals, through to actual construction delivery, and then commissioning and handing over back to the relevant authority or the community that might be out there. In my experience, something always changes. So what happens is then, from using that master program, you can put in the change and that will show you what the impact is. It also includes obviously cost management, budgets for individual projects. Then you can provide a lot of the standard risk functions and how those all bring together a cost and time effect if some of those risks are realised and turn into issues. So some of the projects that we've been involved in the Western Sydney area include the Western Sydney Airport, where we're involved in the actual business case phase, from taken all the way through planning, procurement, into delivery, and then operation. And that was about a 10-year program of works to get to that point. Another one that we've also recently been involved in is the Western Sydney Airport Metro. For that, we conducted a peer review of the business case at that time. And this was to have a look at, in more detail, the program or the schedule, the costs, and the risk aspects. Another key project that we've worked on in the area has been WestConnex. For that one, we were initially engaged on stage 1A to do some reviews of the schedule and provide advice on critical path and how to mitigate some slippage in that program. We were subsequently engaged on the other stages of that project. We were involved very heavily in the stage 3, which is the Rozelle interchange and the M4, M5 connection. For that one, we provided everything from another case of a master schedule. We provided project controls advice and also that project controls reporting, those checks and balances around what would be required to provide a robust case to take on to the next phase to get the planning phase approved. A lot of our staff actually come from Western Sydney. A lot of them are actually expressing excitement about being able to give back to some of the projects that are in their community.